This young man killed himself, to be sure. Just look at how the maul struck him. He must have swung it himself.
Killed himself? Of course not. From the looks of where he was hit, he must have been attacked from behind.
How do you know?
I'm a medical researcher, and I've treated wounds of this sort before. Take a look at the angle the maul hit him at. It's going diagonally and downwards.
It has to be this young man's neighbor. Hunter had a girlfriend named Emily, and after speaking with Emily, his neighbor was always jealous of their relationship. His neighbor has repressed her emotions for so long that her unconscious mind influenced her to act out in this way. Hunter Suffert's death is a manifestation of the neighbor's jealousy towards the relationship between Hunter and Emily.
But has that ever happened to you? How can you come up with that conclusion if you never experienced it? You can only rely on what your senses tell you. Since this has never happened to you, you can't assume that you know what occurred.
Then do you know what happened?
Not yet. I just believe that the mind is a blank slate on which the senses make impressions, and you can't make false accusations against innocent people if you never experienced the actions of a jealous girlfriend.
I agree that he was hit from behind. However, it must have been Hunter's father who murdered him. His father forced his views upon him, and when his son was not accepting of his views, killed him. My father also forced his views upon me, but not so violently. I changed my father's views to become my own beliefs, and even became more famous than he was.
Well, if you ask me, I stand by that the boy must have killed himself. He must have believed himself to be part of the world spirit, a part of God's own self, and decided to become one again with that entity. No matter, he's immaterial anyway, as we all are. The world's all in our heads, you see. It's mentally constructed, and we are all made up of mind or spirit.
Well, none of us agree. How are we going to solve this case?
I have studied law before, and he that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips, guilt will ooze out of him at every pore. We must interrogate the suspects.
That would be a wise course of action. However, we must be aware of the second treaty of government. All men are equal and are born with the rights of life, liberty, and property they acquire by their own labor. We cannot violate these people's rights and demand that they be interrogated.
But how else will we solve the case? We need more information. Perhaps in our interrogations, the criminal will have a slip of the tongue and reveal to us his crimes, or those of the guilty man.
God gave men reason so that they may know their rights, and devise a government to protect them. These people will not willingly speak with us if they believe it will incriminate them.
Well, perhaps we can get a permit to bypass their rights. It was also this boy's right to live, and if he indeed was murdered and did not commit suicide, then we must find out the reason and the perpetrator, no matter the cost.
If a government ceases to protect citizens' rights, it is their right and their duty to alter or abolish the old government and create a new one that they will protect their rights. Even though this boy's rights were possibly been brutally violated, we cannot also violate the rights of other citizens as well.
Then I hope they will speak with us willingly. Let us be off.
Yo, Vanilla, kick it one time, boy.
Yo, VIP.